Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Last night was explosive. Last night was such a vibe. See, I almost entered Big Brother's house through my TV screens. I so badly wished I could party with the housemates last night in the arena as they vibed to the playing of alternate sound. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, season in, season out, alternate sound never fails. These people always come through with the vibe. They are so good. At this point, I'm asking myself, Glory, are you going to throw a birthday bash, or just for the sake of it, are you going to throw a wedding reception? Just so that you can invite these people to come and play for you, because oh my goodness. Guys, it was such a vibe. The energy was on point. Everywhere, the vibe was vibing. It was amazing. It was amazing. And it was so beautiful to see all the housemates let loose. Oh my God. It was beautiful to see all of them come out of their shell, especially those ones that on a normal day do not like parties or do not like to dance. They really came out of their shell. The vibe was vibing. The energy was thick. It was loud. And it was very obvious that the housemates were having the time of their life. And Big Brother actually really tried. I mean, Big Brother really put his foot in this one. Going all out to send in those cultural dancers, send in those carnival dancers, the girls. Oh my goodness, that was really, really nice. And I love the fact that they brought in the carnival dancers, the girls. That was actually a new element to how it's done every season. I mean, what you watched last night, basically, it's what normally happens every season in Big Brother's house. Yesterday was Nigeria's Independence Day, by the way, yes. And it's a tradition in Big Brother's house that for every Independence Day, the household will celebrate it, yes. So the housemates are started off their day with displaying their beautiful traditional attires, yes, and they all looked so regal. They all looked so amazing. They looked fantastic. I loved the way they were walking with pride inside the house, you know, just flaunting their cultural outfits. It looked really nice, looked really, really good. Back to the Independence Day celebration. As usual, Biggie went all out. Is it the food? Is it the drinks? Oh my God. There was just a lot of food to eat. There was a lot of food to eat. And I love the fact that the meals that were prepared for the housemates, sort of one way or the other, represented different cultures in Nigeria. Because I've told you all on this channel before that Nigeria is so diverse. Nigeria is so diverse. And we coexist, or we try to coexist peacefully. Let me put it that way. We try to coexist peacefully. But it was such a beautiful, you know, outing last night for the housemates. Now, one thing that got me cracking up really bad was the outfits that production had given to the housemates to wear. The first time I saw it, I was wondering, like, okay, hold on a second. Who came up with this idea? Who was in charge of, you know, coming up with this idea? Like, the person probably thought that was a brilliant idea, that, okay, these housemates, they should dress up this. Because I'm sorry to say, but when the outfits came in, because the way Big Brother announced it, that Big Brother has provided some beautiful costumes for them to wear, the housemates were literally shouting and screaming around the house because they were so excited that, oh, they were going to be looking colorful and regal. And frankly speaking, I just could not blame them, because if you've seen previous seasons of Big Brother Naija, you would have seen how production went all out to adorn these housemates with the most flamboyant and regal costumes, you know, for the Independence Day celebration. They always look amazing, especially back then when Lipton Tea, you know, used to sponsor the Independence Day celebrations. Lipton used to go all out to create this fairy tale like garden, you know, for the housemates, and it was always so beautiful. So the housemates were probably looking forward to that, but to their shock and disappointment, that was not the case. Big Brother had sent in these very simple looking outfits. And even me, I was really disappointed. Some of the housemates, they were upset because their own personal cultural outfits looked way better than that, yeah, than what was sent to them. Yes, and according to the tweet I put out, I said this people looked like the servants that wants to go and sing for the queen, because what is this? They totally reminded me of all of these Yoruba movies, in the village, where some of the citizens of a village, they would mobilize themselves, and then they will go to the farm, and then they'll go and be farming in unison, and then they'll be singing in unison, they'll be swinging their hoes in unison. It was just so funny. but by the time they got into the arena and the lights were dimmed and the carnival started, the outfit started making sense. But I'm going to admit to you all, initially, it was not making sense. It was not giving at all. It was not giving. It wasn't. When they now dimmed the light, it now started looking good. So you know what they say about if something is not looking fine, off the light, the thing will look fine. That was what those outfits was giving. But anyways, the carnival was amazing. And another one that really did it for me was alternate sound. Ladies and gentlemen, alternate sound. Glory Elijah will marry all of them. Now, I love these guys. I love them. I've been a huge fan of their craft for the longest time. They are simply amazing people. Their talent at converting your regular Nigerian music hits or any other music hit from all around the world, and then they take it and they turn it into something so mind-blowing that when you vibe to it, oh my goodness, it's amazing. It's always a wow experience with alternate sound. And last night was simply amazing. It's like every season they come, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And last night was way better, like way better. So thank you to Alternate Sound for giving us a wow experience last night. Last night was amazing. And of course, the housemates had so much fun. I love the fact that they all vibed, like they partied like their life depended on it. They partied like that was their last night in the house, and they really had fun. And of course, there was also their 2-minute speeches that they all gave. I mean, kudos to everyone. I mean, as at last night, I wasn't looking at who had the best speech or not. Everybody delivered in their own utmost capacity, and I appreciate all of them for it. All of them did great. Now, fast forward to after the celebrations, ladies and gentlemen, most of the housemates were high. Yep. The likes of Kola had 8 cans of alcoholic drink. There was someone else that had 6 cans. There was another one that had it. Like, guys, they drank a lot. They really drank a lot. Yes, they really drank a lot. And Kola was kind of really high. He was under the influence. And so, right under the influence, he started having a go at Dede. He had a lot to say. So, Kola needed Dede to admit that what they have going on in the house is a situationship. Now, Dede, on the other hand, kind of felt really embarrassed that Kola was bringing it up, because initially they were just joking around. They were just laughing around, right? And she was trying to take care of him because obviously it was really tipsy. So she was trying to take care of him, trying to talk him in bed so that he would just sleep it off. But Kola, of course, we know that Kola has diarrhea of the mouth. So even in Kola's most vulnerable state, Kola will still talk. And that was exactly what Kola was doing last night. Kola was doing what Kola knows how to do best. Kola was talking. He was yapping his mouth. You could see that his eyes were not necessarily clear, but Kola just needed to yap. And the way he was yapping, you could tell that that was something that had been in his heart for the longest time this week. Yeah. So he was having a go at Dede. Not like he was shouting, but he was having a go at her that she has made him feel like a fool in the house. That obviously they both have a situationship going on. He has stuck to all of her demands. He has respected all the boundaries that she has created for both of them. He has done everything that she wants him to do. But then the fact that she still treats him like he doesn't exist, like they do not have anything going on in the house, that he finds it very disrespectful, that it pisses him off, and it makes him feel like a fool, that a lot of people in the house, they've insulted him, they've called him a simp, they've called him all sorts of names because of how he has been chasing her, that he has accepted it as his fate. But then what is really offending him is the way she has chosen to handle their relationship. Now, Dede was laughing nervously because the relationship was just happened like that. Yeah. So she kept on trying to tell him that no, they should go back to what we were discussing before. They should not discuss that particular conversation. But Kola refused, and he kept on going at her until she then agreed that, okay, fine, they have a situationship. I said, "Bam, did you die?" Now that you said it, did you die? Now, Kola did not stop there. He went on to tell her that he wished she came into the house very single, that at least they would have had the liberty to do whatever they wanted to do. He wished she did not have someone on the outside, that now he's really sad that once the show ends, they would have to go their separate ways. Now, Dede said something that sort of took me aback. So she said something like, "And who said we have to go our separate ways? I've told you not to make it look like we have a ship, but you won't listen." So the way, okay, here's the point, yeah? Dede was being sneaky about that conversation. Obviously, things have happened between these two in that house. They've had their duvet moments, but sadly, the cameras did not want to show us. I don't know why they were protecting those two people, because they were very unfair to the other housemates whose sexual activities they had fully displayed on live TV. I'll never understand why they really protected Kola and Dede. They really did a lot. And this is the reason why when Kola says certain things about, what they did, people are kind of skeptical, because people are wondering like, okay, we didn't see anything. What happened? People find it really hard to believe. And also because Dede, she's very sneaky. She has a way of covering her tracks and acting like she did not do anything. But anyways, as I said, Kola continued. He went on, and then the cameras shifted away from them. Now, next couple in the house that had an issue last night was Kola and Isabella. Ladies and gentlemen, it might seem as though those two have split. Yeah. Now, Isabella was quite upset with Kola. She had a lot to complain about. She was complaining that yesterday when they got into the arena, Kola had not looked for a seat for her. He had not assisted her with food because she has a fractured ankle, that the moment they went into the arena, he had just gone straight to dancing. In other words, he had neglected her. And so she went on complaining about that. And guys, as much as I understood where Isabella was coming from, I'm going to be frank with all of you. I kind of felt like she was sounding really selfish and entitled. Yes, because Isabella has had this fractured knee now, I think since Monday. Guess who's been taking care of her? Kola. Kola has been massaging that leg for this girl. He's been helping her with food, bring her breakfast in bed, just literally assisting her with almost everything. And he spends a lot of his time with her in bed, keeping her company, talking to her, just basically ensuring that she doesn't feel lonely in the house and ensuring that she's okay. And we know that, first of all, these two did not come to the house together. This was not a paired season. Everybody came to the house by themselves. So the fact that this guy kind of had to share his time with him doing things for himself and living as an individual housemate, and also living as a couple whose better half is sick, and so he has to take care of her. The fact that he has had to live this life in the past 3 days, and Isabella still felt the need to yap her mouth and complain and complain and complain. See, I was so pissed, and I was glad that Kola walked away from her. Now, I don't know if he's going to go back to her. That's his business. But I love the fact that after trying to explain himself, and she kept on shutting him up and in a way talking down on him. And I'm going to be honest, even the way he was talking to her, it felt like, the way she was talking to him, it kind of looked like she was infantilizing him. And that was quite annoying to watch. Because for me, I'm thinking, oh, hold on a second. When you're rocking his mic, when people were doing all of your sexual things beneath the duvet, you were moaning and awing and eyeing, and you were enjoying the moment. But now people have issues, and then you want to act like, oh, you're talking to a child. Seriously. Like, she was treating him like she was talking to a 14-year-old child. In fact, these housemates, both of them, whatever. And then there was another thing she was complaining about, that, oh, that the guy always acts like she's trying to force herself on him. Every time she goes to him, you know, there's this look of irritation on his face, that every time she wants to kiss him, he's always... And I'm like, is it not the same Coin and Isabella that I've been watching this past few days, this week? Aside all the shenanigans they've been doing the previous weeks, but at least this week, it's not just people that have been watching. So she was just going on and on, complaining. And guys, it was just really annoying. And I felt like, nah, this girl, she's very selfish, very entitled, and very ungrateful. Because Coin has really done a lot for her. So just one sleep last night, she has automatically cancelled all the good things, all the care, all the attention, all the love, all the service, all the acts of service that he has actually showered on her. This life is not balanced. But that's their headache, that's their business. If it goes back to her, whatever. Anyways, aside that, there was also the conversation between Faith and Dede. I think Dede had asked for Faith's side of what had exactly transpired between him and Menson, and he had gone ahead to explain. And for him, his bone of contention is the fact that Menson was claiming to be what he is not. Menson was lying. And you see, I saw a lot of people dragging Faith on the internet saying that, oh, are you perfect? Are you perfect? Ladies and gentlemen, I think that question of perfection should be thrown to Menson and the rest of the house. But aside the rest of the house now, Menson in particular, I think we're going to be lying to ourselves. We're going to be pretending. We're going to be forming selective amnesia if we all pretend that we do not know or see how deeply, how heavily Menson criticizes Faith, whom he claims to be his very good friend. Faith, whom he claims that they are brothers. I think we're going to be lying to ourselves if we act like we do not see how many times Menson has joined the entire house in criticizing Faith, in ganging up against Faith, in bullying Faith. And so Faith decided to pay him back with his own coin yesterday. And then a lot of people saw everything wrong in that. I've told you all, in Big Brother's house, tit for tat happens a lot of times. Yeah. So you cannot show sympathy to one housemate when it is done to them, but then you celebrate that same housemate when they additional the same toxicity to another housemate, and then you crucify the other housemate that is at the receiving end. That is what has been happening this entire season, especially when it involves Faith. Because Faith had actually said a lot last night. He had said a lot. He had cited another instance where Menson would lie about situations and pretend to be what he is not. He had cited the situation that happened in week 1 between Menson and Sultana. Guys, Sultana by herself had used her own mouth to talk about that whole situation. I was quite skeptical about it until I had to go and recheck. And Faith had said things like, oh, Menson was upset with Sultana because Sultana did not come and spend the night in his bed. You know, the conversation has gone that way. And yes, Dede was trying to make a case for Menson, talking about, oh, appreciation, that the guy does the chores in the house, so there should be room to appreciate him. And Faith was saying that, no, it's not like he's not saying that they should not appreciate him. But then again, it's like going on a date with someone. You never had a prior conversation with that person. Both of you never had an agreement that, oh, you were going to smash after the date. And then after the date, and both of you did not smash, you begin to complain, and then you're upset that your expectations were not met. You cannot be sad or offended that your expectations were not met when you did not have a prior agreement with the person you went on a date with. That is the situation with Menson. Menson does all these things because according to him, it's all therapeutic. But then you cannot be doing it and complaining because you are not getting the desired or expected appreciation from the fellow housemate. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. That was Faith's point of view, you know. And guys, you see, yeah, because it is Faith, whatever Faith is saying would definitely not make sense to a lot of people. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, Jason J and Sultana. Today's a pool party. We will talk more about those two. I told you all, give them till Thursday. Give them to the pool party. And their agenda will agenda. Hold on. We're going to postpone it to another video. I'm going to stop talking here right now. Yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. Go ahead and share your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.